you guys create music together. Do you also divide the pressure equally of being the finest in the industry? And with Bunty Puppy too, the pressure must be double because let alone the living up to the music of the original one. And this time, the biggest factor is that theaters have opened after a long interval, and one
Yeah.
can't deny that industry is really pinning its hope to deliver with this film and your music to draw the hesitant audiences to back to the theaters.
Well, I think there's always, I mean, there's pressure is always, I mean, naturally, everyone's under pressure to some extent to live up to what we've done. Bunty and Bubbly 2, of course, was when we heard about it, we were kind of worried as to, like, what's the kind of material that we need to do. There's a lot of big hits from the last film to live up, like Kajare. But Adi was very clear. He's saying that do not try and do a Kajare again or try and even reach there. Because that was a phenomenon. That was like a song of the decade considered at that time. So just do refresh and think about something completely new, and like you see the direction that we've gone in is very popular, a very popular kind of direction, whether, and very, very commercial. So, which is, I mean, that's what the film needs to do. It's that kind of film also, it's a fun film, you can't take it too seriously, but, that's the kind of brief that we got, and that's the way we created the music. We wrote a lot of songs, in fact, only 4 in the film, but I think we must have composed at least 10 or 12 ideas, which are all there somewhere. Yeah.
I was listening to this song Tattoo Waliye and it's really stuck in my head. I think this is a new party number that everybody will be dancing to it and will have on their playlist. I mean, I'm sure a lot of brainstorming must have happened, especially while creating Tattoo Waliye.
Yeah, I mean, firstly, what happens is these kind of songs get triggered by the genre of the film, the dharma of the film, the texture of the film, and it's a crazy film. This is a crazy film, one notch above the earlier one too. It's young, it's today, it's very, very youthful, and that kind of a thing. So we just got this popular, I mean, a very catchy word called Tattoo Waliye, and Amitabh Bhattacharya wrote the entire song around it. So once you get a nice word which you can play with, like for example, even the other song Love Ju. Love Ju was something that a few friends of mine and the Punjabi and all, they Love Ju, bro, Love Ju and all. Instead of love you, they used to say Love Ju, Love Ju. So I just said, can we use this word Love Ju and create a song? So it was very exciting. And Amitabh is a great writer. He just writes amazingly. And this film did not have any scope of doing an intense romantic song or something very, very melancholy or sad or classical or anything. It's a fun film. It's a crazy film. And the music also speaks for itself. And extremely catchy, extremely dancey and modern, contemporary. So that's how it is. So, Tattoo Waliye, basically, we got the word Tattoo Waliye and wrote the whole song around it.
Then please give us few lines from Tattoo Waliye.
तेरा इंसटा गरम धुआधार वे देखा जब से मैं दिल गया हार वे मेरी जिंदड़ी दी पार्लियामेंट विच बस कुड़िए नी तेरी सरकार वे ओ तेरे नाम कर दिया घर भर वे साडा बंगला ते साडी जगवार वे काली आंखों से ठाकर दे एक बार हां कर दे फुटेज क्यों खांदी है टैटू वालिए ब्यूटी क्वीन गवांडी टैटू वालिए तेरे नैन बरांडी टैटू वालिए ब्यूटी क्वीन गवांडी टैटू वालिए.
Wow. That was really nice. Also, the other song, Love You. In the video, Chetan Chaturvedi and Sharvari share a very sizzling chemistry. But also, there is a lot of attitude in the voice. We never heard Arijit sing singing like this. Was Arijit was always been the first choice for this song? Or shall I say Shankar, Ehsaan and Roy knows the potential of each singer and how to use his or her voice?
He was always the choice for this song, isn't it? Because it's got a very cool vibe. The attitude of the song is correct, and it's nice to hear Arijit in a fresh kind of environment, isn't it, Loy?
Yeah, I think so too. Because as a singer and as a musician, there are many compartments, if you want to call it that, which someone can place. And what tends to happen is when someone generally gets popular in a particular style, everyone only can seem to hear it in that way when there are so many other possibilities. and he's a phenomenal singer and
And
phenomenal
this song
musician.
also has
So,
got a little bit of jhalak of little bit of R&B in it, and it needs that kind of a very good swag in the voice. At the same time, the singing capability should be really good. So I think Arijit, and he's got a nice deep voice, which people don't make use of that much. The song itself starts very low. दो दिल चाहत के मारे और दोनों ही कवारे समझा करो इशारे anyhow मत पाओ. This kind of a voice, and धड़कन दिल के परमाणु भेजे में है कीटाणु हल्ला करते हैं सारे anyhow मत पाओ. And the range of the song is very, I mean, it's got a very huge range. ओ बाहों में आवर ले एक बार तो कर ले सोनिए हीरिए मेरे नाल पूछी को लबजू ओ दिल सरसों दा खेत है जमींदार तू लबजू बड़े खर्च करा दी हर शनिवार तू. And it's got a wide range, the song. It only sounds very simple, even the antara is very high. It's very high. And then it comes back to na. So it's almost like a 3-octave song,
Shankar, this is really a full circle for Siddharth Mahadevan, as he sang the title track of Bunty Bubbly 2, and he was also part of the prequel. Was he excited when you asked him to sing for this one?
Oh yeah, who wouldn't be? I mean, this is a very special film, and I remember, Ehsan and Loy, you all remember when he was such
young,
a
yeah.
tiny kid, like 7, 8 years old or something. He had just come and we made him sing that.
And he wanted to go home. He didn't want to sing it. He just wanted to go home. He wanted to go. He's hungry or something like that.
Something like that. So we had put him there, and then after so many years, the fact that he was singing, and the choice was actually Varun's choice. Varun said that I want Siddharth to sing this song because he wanted a younger voice and newer voice to do it. And so we recomposed the first part of the song, and he did it, and he's extremely thrilled, and it's a well produced song and well written song by Amitabh. Explaining how they've come back and how they're going to again rule again. It's a very beautifully written song too. So it's a fun song.
What made you bring Bohemia on board?
Well, there was a rap section. There were various options available, and one of the options was given by Varun himself. He said, "Why don't we try Bohemia?" And we liked the way he sang it. So it's very simple. Yeah.
Of course, it's a 4-track album. Which was out of these 4 was a track which was like most challenging to you, where you have to wrestle hard to work on?
They all had their own specific challenges in their own way. So it's very.
Each song is in its own self. There's a lot to do within a song. When you hear it, it's pretty simple. But there's a lot of time that it takes, compositionally wise. It goes up, it goes down, approval from the director, from the producer, from a team, and then it comes back to you. Then the voice, then the lyrics. And I've got to say, Amitabh has just done a superb job with all the songs, There's one more song which is to come out called, what's it called?
Dig Chick.
Dig Chick.
It's already out. I mean, they're not publicized it.
The video is not out yet. But
so,
with
the lyrics
to come up with a line.
Sorry.
To come up with a line like Dikshit, remember he was that day, he was good doing like this Shankar and he were like, and he's walking around, what do I come up with? Dikshit. And I hate it. And the thing is, so for every time I hear this album, it first of all brings a smile to my face and it makes me laugh for some reason. And what more than that do you want in a song? Yeah, I mean, see, when you want sad songs and emotional songs, that's a different thing. But you've got 4 songs that put a smile on your face. I think that's, perfect. Yeah.
And look at the promo and look at the teaser. I mean, by looking at the trailer, you come to know what a crazy film it is, Even Dig Chick, I mean, in the sense, you like Chappan Karod ka Thumka, Thumka laga de dara Dig Chick. So it's a
crazy album.
We only laugh when we hear it. So it's like that.
Talking about the lyrics, from आंखें भी कमाल करती हैं, पर्सनल से सवाल करती हैं, to tattoo waliye beauty queen Gawandi, tattoo waliye tere nain barandi. The definition of beauty has really changed in this Instagram age. Are you enjoying these quirky lyrics?
No, I don't. I'm totally enjoying these quirky lyrics, but that doesn't mean the beauty of description of beauty is changed. It depends from situation to situation. It depends on. I can't write Mirza Ghalib style or that Gulzar Saab type intense poetry for a film like this. It has to be aankhon se tha kar de, because these characters are like stupid con people. They con people, and they are like so it can't have an intense. You know what I mean? So that's why. So we totally enjoy these kind of. We used to love even what Amitabh wrote, that Afghan Jalebi. A song like Afghan. You need to have humor in your life. You need to be a little less serious.
Yeah.
Of course, you should write also serious songs like My Name Is Khan, or we are the same people who wrote Ae Watan and films like Razi and Chapak and all that. So when whatever the film demands, that's how you're supposed to create it. We are music designers actually.
It's absolutely. And in a lot of ways, we are like like you have the equivalent of an actor. We are musical actors, because you have to get into a specific character.
Right.
And this film calls for it, as Shankar and Ehsan both rightfully have said. It requires that little crazy, feel good, thing.
We have to talk about Kajrare. Shankar, I was watching your YouTube videos, which are very informative, and anybody who wants to learn music or singing must subscribe to your YouTube channel. But please tell us what is Nama Sankirtanam, and how you compose Kajrare on that?
See, Nama Sankirtan is very simple. It's the easiest form of music. It's not the easiest, the simplest form of music, where I sing a line and you repeat it. It's very simple, And the whole idea of Kajrare is inspired by a Nama Sankirtan. The idea of Nama Sankirtan, where I sing a line, you repeat. I sing a line, you repeat. Like Jai Jai Ram Krishna Hari, you repeat. Jai Jai Ram Krishna. Jai Jai Ram Krishna Hari. Jai Jai Ram Krishna. It goes on. It's just Nama Sankirtan. You just take a name of a spiritual person, God, and then you just chant that. It's like chanting, You just go on. So Kajrare is what? Kajrare, Kajrare, tere kare kare. Bolo, Kajrare, Kajrare. If you put a bolo, it sounds like a bhajan. The idea is from a Nama Sankirtan. So that's the idea.
You hear similar forms of this in gospel music.
Yeah, it's quite a
exactly.
It's called call and response.
Call and response.
Yeah.
It's also very, very, a lot of cultures have a similar thing. And it's also used for education. Okay, so apart from the spiritual part, that's the first level. There's the second level in the real world, where somebody, the teacher kind of sings a line or says a line, and the class responds. So it's the same. The principle is the same.
Even an army parade,
Right.
they do that.
Right.
The troops
Yeah.
repeat it.
Yeah. Right.